The doctor would say I had ADHD, dyslexia, all of this stuff. Almost depression symptoms. Like I was just sad and like negative about everything. I didn't want to go outside. I just wanted to sit in my room and like rot. I used to follow Paul Saladino for a while. He always used to say like have your steaks like medium rare, and I would, and I'd have them like kind of raw in the middle. And then I realized I may as well just eat it raw if I get more nutrients, right? Started making me mad at everyone who told me you're gonna get sick. It's not good for you. Like feel great. My wake up call, girls. I started looking at like girls and stuff. I was like, I wanted to get a girl, and I realized like how I looked and how I acted. Just like I just wasn't attractive whatsoever. I was like, damn, I need to change something. I remember the first night I had like that Bison. I just felt like a burst of energy, like crazy. Felt like I was like high. My skin got like way smoother and way clearer. I started growing like way more facial hair like within an instant. Right before I fully started raw primal, it was like 522 nanograms per deciliter. That's really low for like a teenage boy, right? It's probably like double of that by now.
Could I just have 28 seconds of your day? Obviously, Jaiden's results are amazing, and I cannot promise that you'll see the exact same results that he did. But what I can promise you is that aside from Jaiden's transformation, there are many, many other people that have helped achieve also amazing things using the exact same protocol that Jaiden used. Whether it's Pacom, who added on 16 kilos of lean muscle mass, optimized his testosterone and optimized his sleep, Charlotte and Raphael, who I was able to help reverse their hair loss and hair thinning 100% naturally in just a matter of months, Josiah, who I was able to help transform not only his looks, but also how he felt internally on a day-to-day basis. Then even entrepreneurs like Jim, who simply unlocked a sharper, more driven, more focused version of himself that enabled him to scale his e-commerce business from 400,000 euro per month to 1.8 million euro per month just 4 months after starting working with me. No matter age, genetics, or circumstances, this protocol has made some unreal transformations internally and externally. If you are interested, there is a form linked in the description of this video. You can fill that out to find out if I can help you achieve an amazing transformation as well. So yeah, if you do want to find out, the form to apply is below. Thank you guys for your time. Bro, first question, like I just want to know before we dive into all the specifics in like a 60-second rundown, what was your health situation before you started the primal health, and then what was it like after? Like tell me.
Oh, yeah. So before, about last summer, I was eating kind of like whatever I wanted, but like I always felt like really, like my whole body felt like inflamed. I was very like puffy. I have a lot of energy. I always slept like shit, and I kind of just like relied on energy drinks. I'd have like 4 energy drinks a day. It was crazy. And no wonder why my sleep was so bad. And I just didn't feel good. Like something was wrong. I felt like something was just wrong. So then I joined the community, kind of realized all the bad shit I was doing. That's when I started watching your videos. I kind of realized all the stuff that I'm doing is like so bad. Is what I need to change. And so first ever time I ate raw meat, it was a like Bison packet. And I just felt like a burst of energy, like crazy, like felt like I was like high, like it was really crazy. And then like everything clicked. And then I realized like, damn, this is like real. So like how I was supposed to eat.
Man, and that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ever since I've just been going up and up. Like, all my issues are slowly fading away.
Yeah, bro. And what were your symptoms? Like obviously a year ago, years ago, before you kind of started on your whole health journey, what were like the main things that you were dealing with?
I was dealing with like, I had a lot of brain fog. I had like, the doctor would say I had ADHD, dyslexia, all of this stuff. Really, it was just shit food, but that stuff, I had low libido, even though I was a teenage boy going through puberty. Very bad libido. Almost depression symptoms. Like I was just sad and like negative about everything. I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go outside. I just wanted to sit in my room and like rot.
Yeah.
And gut was terrible. Like I used to like, this is kind of weird, but I used to like fart a lot. And like it would like stink so bad. Like everyone would leave the room. It was so bad.
Yeah. Bro, what was then the wake up call? Like, obviously, I know you saw some of my videos. You probably saw like other guys posting about health content online. What was like that actual wake up call for you that you kind of realized what you're experiencing maybe wasn't normal? I don't know.
My wake up call was girls. I started looking at like girls and stuff. I was like, I wanted to get a girl, and I realized like how I looked and how I acted. Just like, I just wasn't attractive whatsoever. I was like, damn, I need to change something. And I started looking up videos, looking into health and all of that stuff. And I slowly started to change, but like kind of like the wrong path, like the wrong people, you know what I mean? Until I eventually found you.
Bro, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. What do you think would have been like, I mean, say you kind of followed on the wrong path or you didn't do anything, where do you think you would have ended up in maybe a year or multiple years? Like say you did nothing. Where was your life?
Oh my God, if I did nothing, I'd probably just be working a shit. I'd be very fat right now. I've always struggled with weight before in the past. It'd be like some fat like chud working at like Dunkin' Donuts or some shit. With like no girlfriend or anything.
Yeah. I'm like, are you grateful that like you've changed everything up now?
I'm incredibly grateful that I like realized and clicked, and that I've changed everything.
Very good shit. Bro, I'm also curious, like maybe some of the stuff on that wrong path or some of the other things you've tried before, what like else had you given a go? Maybe like you mentioned to me, obviously the fasting stuff.
Yeah, fasting, one for sure. I gave plant-based a try.
Vegetarian or vegan?
No, like I still like I just like limited my meat and eggs like as much as possible, and like mainly ate like vegetables and fruits. That was like worst time period. That was so bad, and I thought I got like really skinny, like way too skinny. Like at 5'9", like 130 pounds as a man, like that's like, ugh.
Yeah, and you were pairing the plant-based stuff with the fasting as well.
Oh yeah, I'd go like a few days without eating randomly. Yeah, so bad.
Yeah. With all of that fasting stuff, what was the change there? Like, what made you realize, okay, this isn't actually getting me results. Maybe I need to look elsewhere.
I would lose fat, but then I would like regain it within like 2 days. I would realize like how hungry and like how much I'm going against my own instincts and how shit I would feel after. Like when I stopped running on stress hormones, I realized how unhealthy my body was, because now I don't feel the high of adrenaline and cortisol. Now it's like, I just feel like shit. Like what am I doing with my body? My eyes would be like sunken in, which kind of like freaked me out. And I'd like start looking like a zombie. And then I realized like, something's not right here.
And now like on the contrast, you're a lot more chilled, mellow.
Yeah, way more. Like way more. Like normal people around me seem erotic compared to me.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy. Well, bro, with the obviously like raw meat to the average person, maybe your family members and like probably some of your friends, so out there. For you, what was the process of like first seeing it, but then actually processing it to the point that like you decided you were willing to give it a go?
So even when I was following, like I used to follow Paul Saladino for a while. He always used to say like, have your steaks like medium rare. And I would, and I'd have them like kind of raw in the middle. And then I realized like, may as well just eat it raw if I get more nutrients, right? It's kind of like, why not? And so I ate it. And I never got sick or anything. So like, people say you get sick when you obviously don't. And then after the first time I had raw chicken for the first time, like it was free range, like pasture raised, whatever chicken. And I had it and I never got sick. And I was like, everything that what people say is like kind of bullshit. Like you don't get sick from it. Like I don't know, it started making me mad at everyone who told me you're gonna get sick. It's not good for you. Like I feel great.
Oh yeah, something clearly isn't adding up. If like it feel great with the raw foods. Walk me through what was like the first kind of weeks and months in terms of the benefits you felt.
Remember the first night I had like that bison. I had like a wet dream. I don't know, kind of like TMI, but I had a wet dream. It was crazy. It was awesome. And I remember the energy I had the next day. And I don't know, like everything felt more clear. Like my head was like so much more clear and fast. And my body just felt like more clean, as I'd say. It's almost like I felt dirty before and like foggy. And now it's like cleaned up is how I felt.
There's like nothing kind of clouding your vision, holding you back.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, has that stayed with you? Has that like now kind of become the new norm?
Yeah, definitely. Like when people say when you go on like the carnivore diet, your brain feels like less foggy because of ketones and all that. I don't
Mm.
really notice the difference when I eat just like fruit or honey. I feel like now it's just like the clean diet part of it. Like
Yeah.
it's a new norm to me how I feel just like very clear and I can think like deeper about everything all the time. It's not
Right.
just like shallow.
Yeah, yeah. So this was something that kind of won you over very quickly. You didn't need like a ton of convincing after trying it.
I know it kind of just like it was very easy to realize when it's like no one realizes how you feel at
Mm.
first, like how you feel when you're on the diet. So they just shut it out. But like once you try it, it's like that's when you realize like how much you actually gain from it and how good you can feel.
Yeah, bro, bro, definitely. Then that's the thing that like nobody sees. Obviously, you feel it, but that's like
Mhm.
why we had so much conviction in this stuff, bro. For you, what was the biggest change, like the biggest win that you got from it all? That was physical. That like, I mean, your family, friends, like have been able to notice.
My skin got like
Nice.
way smoother and way clearer. And I started growing like way more facial hair like within an instant.
Yeah,
And like I kind of figured that's like the hormones flooding me and my puberty's finally getting back on.
yeah, yeah, bro, looking good.
Yeah, thanks.
Good,
Like,
mate, good.
I feel
And
like,
then,
hmm?
yeah, no, you, bro, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like my puberty and everything was like stunted. Like I
Mm.
just like stopped. And then when I started like eating raw meat and stuff, I like finally had a chance to like re-pick up where I left off.
Mm, mm. Bro, awesome. So, like all of the stuff you had going on before you started with the raw foods, primal health stuff, that was like stunted puberty, like dysregulated nervous system. I mean, like your eating habits weren't great. What else was going wrong before? If there's anything else to add to it.
I sleep. My sleep.
Yeah.
Like I used to stay up till like 4 in the morning playing video games. Like before I
Mm.
started anything, I
Yeah.
used to always be someone who stayed up on my phone, on my PC, and whatever. Blasted with blue light and EMFs like
Yeah.
crazy. And like no wonder why I like stayed up till 4 in the morning every night. It really messed with me, and that gave me like dark eye circles and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It has like a flow down effect on literally everything. And
Hmm.
then, I mean, we already touched on the skin. You're feeling good. How's the sleep now and everything else?
Even like if I don't do everything to like maximize my sleep is still way better just because of my diet changes and how I still go out in the sun every morning. Like just those two things, even if
Yeah.
everything else is terrible, it's still like infinitely better than before because the diet like lowers my cortisol and all that. Like my sleep is just automatically better.
Bro, good. You're like no longer wired and you can actually fall asleep when you get in bed.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I fall asleep very fast now, like 5 minutes tops.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Good, good. Is there anything maybe like unique or random or anything else you want to share about your experience now, like transforming health?
I noticed that my hair grows like incredibly fast. Like I
Mm.
just cut it like last week and it was like here
Yeah.
and now it's like it grew like a whole inch and like a like it just like by the time within like 4 months it's probably gonna be down to my shoulders again. Like it's just
Damn.
growing like incredibly fast.
Yeah, yeah. Bro, that's awesome. And actually, bro, what was the stuff you were saying about your mandible, your lower jaw and your chin projecting forward?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So my chin used to be more like this,
yeah,
more
properly this.
down, and then
Yeah.
especially this bone, it used to be more close to my ear, and it's grown down and like
Mm.
more forward, and now my chin's like almost even with my lips instead of being like back.
And this is after like 8 months.
Yeah, but well, it was like more on and off with 8 months, but it was still like more raw meat than anything.
Yeah, yeah, bro, that's fucking sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Word of advice or like anything you'd say to maybe someone in the same situation you were 12 months ago? What would you say to them? What would you recommend?
don't be afraid to take the leap. Like, stop being so scared to like change something. Like, change can feel so uncomfortable, and you might have to use a little bit of discipline to just like force yourself to change. Like, after you do it, everything gets so much easier. Like, after that first bite of raw meat and realizing you don't get sick, it's like now everything's infinitely easier to take down. It's just like so much better after you just change. Like, you just have to force yourself to do something at first.
Bro, it's that initial bit of friction, that like initial bit of fear to get over. That once you do, you have a wet dream the next day.
Yeah.
Bro, awesome. Mate, I think that's everything I wanted to ask, unless there's anything else you want to add.
I mean, one more thing I can say is my voice deepened a lot. Like, I used to sound a lot more crackly before, because my cortisol was so high. But like now my voice sounds more like smooth and like deeper than it did, like way more smooth and deeper than it did before.
Yeah. Bro, so if we checked your hormones before and after, it'd probably be like night and day difference.
So I checked my testosterone last summer, like right before I fully started raw primal. Yeah. And it was like low. It was like 522 nanograms per deciliter, which is like, that's really low for like a teenage boy, right?
Yeah.
It's probably like double of that by now.
Mate, that's awesome. Bro, yeah, I can tell you got the faster growing hair, facial hair, deeper voice, and your jaw is growing as well. Like,
and I've grown like a centimeter or an inch at least in height.
Yeah. Bro, sick. And like, I presume for the future, for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, is it the plan just to like more or less stick to this stuff and continue to see benefits?
Definitely.
Love it, bro. Love it. I hope you could grab some golden nuggets of information from this interview that you can now use to help yourself. But there is actually one more thing I want to give you on your way out. Below this video, there is a link to apply to work with me. Again, Jaiden's transformation was insane, and I'm not going to be promising you that you will see the exact same identical changes that he saw. But what I can say with certainty is that his transformation is not a one-off. There are many, many others who have also helped to achieve amazing things by applying this exact same protocol. This is Becom, who was able to put on 16 kilos of lean muscle mass in just a matter of months. Raphael, who was able to stop his hair loss and then reverse his hairline in just 40 days. Charlotte, who was able to stop her hair thinning and hair recession and reverse it in just 9 weeks. Josiah, who transformed his entire outer appearance. Or even the entrepreneurs I work with who I'm able to help scale as many as millions of dollars per month. Not because I'm telling them what to do in their business, but because I'm helping them unlock a sharper, more driven, more focused version of themselves that allows them to take better, higher quality action where it matters most in their business. We made it happen, no matter the age, no matter the genetics, no matter the challenges. If this sounds of any interest, the form to apply is below. Again, guys, thank you for your time.